everyone, and welcome to today's podcast session with Virgin Heart Foundation. I am Odi Chamaka, Assistant Program Manager, and with me here today is
Stephanie Mwala.
And I am Ike Chukwumesama.
Female genital mutilation has been a topic going on, and we have been an organization fighting drastically and vigorously for the stop of this menace in our community. Silva, you have been working in the communities, you have worked tirelessly in so many communities for the eradication of this menace. So please, could you tell us what FGM is really all about?
Okay, thank you very much for letting me in the discussion. Okay, FGM is not a new thing to us, or especially in this Imo state. FGM, as we all know, is the total or partial removal of the clitoris, the inner lip, which is the labia minora, and as well the labia majora, which is the outer lip. FGM is practiced here in Imo State. Like the statistics shows that it is still practiced here in Imo State. And there are different types of FGM practice. We have the type 1, which is called the clitoridectomy, which involves the partial or total removal of the clitoris. Then we have the excision. That one involves the partial or total removal of the clitoris, the labia minora, the labia majora.
Okay.
Then we have the third type, which is the infibulation. For me, I see that type as the highest of wickedness. Like, because this type, they will remove the clitoris, they will remove the labia minora, they will remove the labia majora, and still stitch those tissues, leaving a tiny hole for passage of urine or the menstrual flow.
Okay.
They will have the type 4, which is the unclassified, and which is the one that is prevalent here in Imo State, where they massage the clitoris with Vaseline. Some even use hot stone. So that is the type that is being practiced here, and that's the type we've been hammering on so far. Thank you.
Ms. Soma, please, could you tell us why people are still indulging in this menace?
Okay, thank you so much for keying me into the discussion. Some communities believe that when FGM is performed on their female child, it reduces sexual promiscuity. Some believe that when you don't do FGM on a child, it makes the child to have a very high sexual urge, which is very, very wrong belief. Because it doesn't have anything to do with how sexual aroused a girl child is. It depends on your own personal decision. So if you don't have discipline, if you are not brought up in a good background, there's a possibility that you're going to be promiscuous, and don't relate it to FGM. Also, why some communities practice FGM is because they believe that it is a right, it is a kind of ritual into, accepting the female child into the womanhood. They believe that when FGM is performed on a female child, it has given them the right to be a full-blown female. So when you are not, they believe that if you are not being performed FGM on, the community, they see you like an outsider, or you don't belong in the community. So it creates room for insults, and maybe when you want to talk in the community or you want to talk in the public, they shun you, telling you that you've not been done FGM on. And this is the reason why so many families end up performing FGM in their female children.
There are consequences of indulging in such practice. One of those consequences, there are long-term, short-term. Now I'll talk about the short-term. The short-term is bleeding. When FGM is done on a girl child, she bleeds profusely, causing hemorrhage. She continues bleeding, and that bleeding can lead to death. Another one is infection. A girl child who is done FGM on is prone to infections. Cervical infections, uterus infection, vaginal infection. You are exposing that child to infection. Then another one we have is the long term, which is childbirth complications. Most of the women, our survivors, most of them who are done FGM on have issues with childbirth. They have longer labor. The labor, when it's time to give birth, they have longer labor, unlike the normal women. Then another one is the keloid formation. Keloid formation is Igbo anaboya apple. Like, when that who had niche. When they get married ugwa. ebe ahụ emerere ahụ form or it forms like a boy. It's called keloid. Now, when female genital mutilation is carried on a girl child, keloid formation is likely to form depending on the body type and skin type of that child. Then there are some that are so bad that they block the vaginal opening where the child urinates. So you see that the child is having difficulty in urination. We have tackled so many of these problems in the community, and it's so sad to see a child go through such pain and such torment. I mean, this is an abuse. This is an infringement in the fundamental human rights of that child, and it's wrong. It should be stopped. Now, there are laws in place. We have the FGM law in Imo State that helps to curb this menace and bring, offenders to the book. Now we have the VAP law, and we have the VAP law, that is the Violence Against People's Prohibition law, and we have the FGM law. The FGM law says that if anyone is found or has a hand in the female genital mutilation of a girl child, the person involved will be sentenced to 14 years imprisonment after 1 year of the child's death. And then, if caught in the act, the person will pay a fine of 500,000 naira. What are those sustainable measures that will be taken? I mean, like when we go to the communities to intervene to create sensitization now, you're not making it feel like it's our problem. They should know that the community has a problem. Yes. FGM is a problem in the community. Now, they should own it, right? It should become community owned. Use it beyond the law. Yeah. It should be a community owned project. That would have to sustain it. Exactly. So I'm also advising that they also sign a community, FGM abandonment policy, community FGM abandonment policy. And they'll say that, okay, maybe let's say Okorola, maybe just the community, like Okorola, as Okorola community will have accepted to end or to abandon FGM. Oh, so if once the people know that this is a policy that our community recognizes, you see that people will that FGM will actually reduce in that community. But people have the fear that they will be stigmatized. Exactly. If their girl child are not circumcised. Yeah. But if the community accepts it and puts it as a policy, exactly. Help. Yeah. Thank you so much. So she's of the opinion that there should be a community policy, advocating for the stop and abandonment of FGM in the communities. Also, on my own end, sustainability plans. I also feel that there should be trained focal persons in the community. People that will serve as town criers. People that will serve as town criers in the communities to raise alarm when they whistleblowers. Yes, whistleblowers. You call them whistleblowers. They'll raise alarm when they find someone engaging in such practice. They should serve as whistleblowers to protect the community. Also, I feel that part of the sustainability plans is that we have gone to schools to create sense. We have gone to schools to do sensitization and create awareness. Now, as we are leaving those schools, what should we keep in place? Is it that when we leave the community, it lives with us? It will not stop. So there should be something done. Now, in schools, I suggest that, FGM should be inculcated or included in the curriculum, the school curriculum. Yeah, it should be inculcated in the school curriculum. Students, people need to be taught about FGM. From primary to secondary. Exactly. It's not time to hide some things from children nowadays. Children know a lot, even more than their parents. Yeah. So I mean, they should also be informed. It should be included in the school curriculum. Ma'am, could you please tell us, is there really an impact, or are they just wasting their time?
Yeah, thank you so much. I must say, actually, that there has been a very significant headway in community engagement and FGM, because as of the year 2030 and the year 2024, there has been a very drastic drop in the practice of FGM.
Yeah, but according to a research from NDHS, which is the Nigerian Demographic and Health Survey, in 2013, for girls at the age of 0 to 14, the rate was at 62.8%. Wow, but now, currently, as at 2024, that's this current survey, that latest survey that was done, is now, for the girls aged at 0 to 14 years, it is now 14.6%.
Wow, it has dropped drastically.
Then for girls at the age of 15 to 49 years, that is women at 49 years, as at 2013, it was 61.7%. But now, as at 2024, it has dropped to 34.3%.
Wow,
so I'm saying, yes,
truly a sharp drop.
Oh, that's great. That's good news, people. So you see, I feel like it's having a headway. Maybe we're getting there. I mean, the goal is to drop it to 100%. Thank you, Sliver. Thank you, Mesoma, for joining in on this session. We'll catch up with you next week on another topic, a very, very bothersome topic next week. Meanwhile, join this movement to end FGM. Invest to end FGM. And remember the theme for this year's International Day for Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation, which is happening on February 6th. Towards 2030, there will be no end to FGM without sustained commitment and investment. Catch you up later next week. Bye.